Hello everybody, MagikEh here with another Minecraft video. So I play on a server where I put in Cube Hamster's his automated potion room, and I wanted to make it a little bit more secret because it was just a hole in the wall, and so I emulated that hallway here. Nice little corner, nothing too obvious. Oh, no, it still works, beauty. Um, and so yeah, and then the potion room would be right here. And so I made this beautiful 3x2x1 door. It is redstone seamless, so that means that there is no, well, I can't honestly say that there is no redstone visible because, here, this here would be the floor. Because when the door is closed and you're on this side of the wall, you are able to see the piston heads there. But you know what? I don't think that was much of a big deal at all. It looks pretty, it works, and it's just downright awesome. Most people at this point in the video, what they would do is they would start telling you how to build it block for block, basically. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through the basics of my... Uh-oh. Here's a lag. Sorry, lag spike. I'm sorry. I'm going to go through the basics of my thought processes and how to build this. So first, what I wanted to do is I wanted to make it completely hidden. So like you're walking down the hallway, no buttons, no pressure plates, no levers, and so to trigger it, the device I use is the old minecart through the wall trick. So the hitbox of the minecart is just sitting right there, and so when we run into the corner, we bump it. Goes across a detector rail, which triggers the system to start off. So before we jump into this nice mess of redstone here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start off with something very basic. This here is the door, and it is in its most simple form. We have pistons, we have redstone, and we have levers. And up here, we have some more pistons, redstone, and a lever. So what happened is I decided I wanted it to be 3x2. So I went and I built it up, and I got it like so. And I found out that there are actually 3 sections that need to be powered. There's the bottom piston, the middle piston, and the top piston. So I'll just demonstrate that here. This here, bottom piston. You guys can see that. This one here is the middle piston. Oh, there's that lag spike. There's a middle piston, and finally the top piston. So that's how that works. Quite simple. I'm pretty sure any of you guys could figure this out really simple for yourself. So what we'll do is we'll go through the next part. Now, this interesting part is you see I just retract them all, but if this here emulates the floor, we can't get into the room. It is barred. There's a big block in the way. We can't get past that. So what I needed to figure out how to do was get that block to come down with the pistons. So I started playing around with them and just kind of, you know, pushing them and pulling them. And I came up with a system of how, in what order, and what state I could power these pistons. And so we'll label this one as bottom, B for bottom. This one will be M for middle, and this one can be T for top. So I came up with this here. So I needed to turn them all on, and then right after that turn them all off. Then I had to flash the middle one, flash the bottom one, flash the top one, flash the middle one, and then flash the top one. So we'll just run through this or I guess I'll show the top one because I need them all down back where they were. So we'll just make sure they're all unpowered. Now for the closing mechanism of the door, what I did was something really simple. Since the bottom pistons are pushing up and then they're all going to retract again, what I needed for the top of the door was just something that would push the blocks down in the way. So that was really simple by, again, 3 different parts. There you have the top, the middle, and the bottom. And in this case, it just all needed to be powered and then unpowered. So we can emulate that here. Powered and unpowered. Oh, that didn't quite work out. Too soon to jump. So what happened there is they were all powered. First the top one, push those two down, then the middle one, push that one down, and then the bottom one, which pushed that final stretch of brick. And that's really simple. Powers this on, goes through a 1-tick delay, powers those two, goes through a 2-tick delay, and then powers a final one. So now on to playing with this this one. I want to make so it happens is the door goes up, and then that stone, like this bottom section here, basically ends up in the same state it is. So they're all empowered, stacked on top of each other with a stone on top. So we'll just run through this. Bottom, middle, top, on. So what we're going to do is we're going to do bottom, middle, top. Next, we're going to do bottom, middle, top, except this time we're turning them off. So bottom, middle, top. Now that's an interesting thing. You see the top one is powering those two, and this has when this one is on, this has no effect on the middle piston. Now the reason for that is, excuse me. The reason for that is because this torch is powering this guy. I'm not quite sure if it's a bud or what, but I know that it's this torch is powering this piston. So that's why this one lever can control those two when they're at this point. So bottom, middle, top, off, off, off. So bottom, off, middle, off, top, off. Next what we have to do is we have to flash the middle one. So flashing it just means turning it on and then off. On, off. Next what we do is we do the bottom one. So we turn the bottom one on, turn the bottom one off. Top, middle, and top again. So now we can see that the stone, excuse me, while I try to get up here, the stone is completely flush with the floor, and we're looking real fine. We can go up to the top, and we can close our door by, I should put a button here. That's a lot easier, just because that it's a pulse. Okay, something's going wonky. I think I have to add another tick to this guy. That might do it. Alright, so yeah, now the door is closed, and technically we have the hallway ceiling here. Alright, so we'll run through that process one more time. We'll see how fast my humanly hands can get through opening the door. Alright, so what we do is we do bottom, middle, top, bottom, middle, top, middle, middle, bottom, bottom, top, top, middle, middle, top, top. Quite a mouthful. We'll run through bottom, middle, top, bottom, middle, top, middle, middle, bottom, bottom, top, top, middle, middle, top, top. Bada bing, bada boom, bada fancy. So that was how I wanted to set up the door. Very, very simple design, at least in my eyes. So what I did next was probably the hardest part, and that was the timing. I'm just going to come over here and show how I did it. So if you look over there and then look back here, we have our bottom, middle, and then these guys are our top. There's a torch up there. Hello, redstone torch. So what happens is I just need to do bottom, middle, top, on. So I guess we'll start back here. So initially, to power the whole system, I needed it to have two states, kind of. Two triggers, I guess you could call it. An on and an off. So what I did was I did a T flip-flop, which is that thing I just destroyed. I shouldn't have done that. I can emulate it here. I'll show it here, though. So the way a T flip-flop works is you have a redstone line on top, 2 blocks, with a torch on either side and a piston down below. And what happens is when a cart goes over to that detector rail, I have a button set up here. Lag. I have a button set up here. And you can see they switch. Door opens. Close it. Door closes. Alright, so yeah. So I can switch between this state and this state because this piston arm is transparent. It will not transfer power to the redstone repeater, and since this block is opaque, it will transfer power out. So now we get to this little guy here, which I think I'll just set up because it's a little bit hard to explain. What happens is we have basically what's happening here is there is a very short pulse that gets sent out. So this has to be set to 2, I think. No, 3. Oh, there's that leg again. Dirty leg! Get out of my computer! So we click this button, and that line should flash. So you saw that? It flashed. Now, how does this work? Well, what happens is, obviously, this block is getting powered by this and this. This is getting powered by that. So we turn this button, we flick this button, it turns that torch off, and it turns this line on. It takes 1 tick for this light torch to turn off, and it takes 1 tick, no, 2, 3 ticks for this repeater to turn this block on. So we have a 2-tick pulse that's sent out. I think that's the numbers. Correct me if I'm wrong, please do. So what happens is we hit the button, and we basically get a flash. So I can power this, and it will flash. Now, the redstone torch for this one goes out the side here, follows this redstone line. I think I have to go disable my my day clock because I'm pretty sure it's what's causing trouble. Okay, back over here. So it goes up this redstone line, up until the top, and those are our top pistons. Now I have this one set up slightly differently. These are nothing. I have this one set up slightly differently, so it does still work to the same extent where it's getting powered the top, then the middle, then the bottom, and then they all get unpowered. So I'll just click this button, wait for the door to open, and then flick it again, line flash, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Simple as can be. Alright, now for the other state. So what happens to this side is, again, I have the short pulsar thing set up where we have it, this repeater being powered, which goes into this guy, powers the line, blah, 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 goes to the redstone. This here line just goes off to my aesthetic dingly-doop, makes it sound very nice, but this line here is the important one. So we trace it down, and initially it hits some repeaters there, but we're going to go over this bridge, and it powers this, then it powers that, and then it powers that. And if you can remember from over there, we have our bottom, which is this line, goes here to that torch, powers the bottom. We have our middle, which is this line, which goes up, powers those guys, and our top, which goes down here, all around up these lines, through a couple of torches, dingly-doop, and we're good. Alright, so that's our initial, remember from those signs, bottom, middle, top. That repeater action there does our first bottom on, middle on, top on, and then it powers off. So then that would do our second sign, which was bottom off, middle off, top off. Next, what I needed to do was I needed to do some flashing. So what I needed to happen was I needed to go middle, middle, bottom, bottom, top, top. So that was middle, middle, top, top, bottom, bottom. So that was simply done. Oh, I think I have those correct. Yeah, I'm good. So I have it set up here, and I figured out how many ticks. Yes, how many ticks on this side of the system. So from this block, yes, from this block forward until the piston turns on is 5 ticks. From this block forward until the blocks turn on is 4 ticks. And from the final block, I'm sorry, I'm getting some horrible lag spikes and I'm not too sure what's causing it. And from this final block here, from this block on, is 6 ticks until the piston turns on. So what we have happening is we have coming in, so we wanted this one, this middle line, to be powered first. So we have 2 repeaters set at minimal delay, punches it out, goes through some fancy redstone trickery here, and it will power that line on and off. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh wait, maybe that's what it is. Yeah, okay. So it's not until it turns on the piston, it's until it gets to the lines over there. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 until it gets to there. This one here is 1, 2, 3, goes through a redstone torch, 4, 5, and then it turns on. So what we have happening is we have 4 ticks, 5 ticks, and then our last one that we needed to power was our top. Another one of those lag spikes was our top, which is 6 ticks. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, that is counted way wrong. But I'm not going to mess with this right now. I guess we have to change that sign to say 8 ticks. So now we have, I guess I can show this. So I'll break this line so we don't trigger the last part. And I will actually break this line here. So we broke it down into its elements, where we have the initial 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So we'll just show that right now. So that's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Now what we're going to do is we're going to add in that redstone here that we just took out. So this is excuse me. This is our first set of flashings. So this was the bottom, or excuse me, the middle, bottom, top. So I just added that in. It'll do the bottom, middle, top. Gotta close the door first. Okay, so it'll do 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, middle, bottom, top. Alright, now we can almost, well, I guess we could get in, but that's not a finished product. I am not happy with this at all. It's not flush with the floor. So we need that final bottom, or that final flashing of the middle, then the top. So I have it coming through these repeaters here. These repeaters are set to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's an 8 delay. So that allows this, the first flashing, to get through its processes before this flashing starts. So then what we needed was the middle, which is this guy here, to go before this guy. And that was set up very, very simply. See this redstone here? So the power comes in, travels, or the pulse comes in, travels up this line, boom, goes through this set, triggers the middle one, and then this one waits 1, 2, 3, 4 ticks, and then it races through there. So now basically what we've got is we have a finished and very, very smart looking. Oh, it's raining. We have a very smart looking door. We'll go through and we'll close it once more. Now we can watch. It'll go through its bottom, middle, top, turning on, bottom, middle, top, turning off, and then it'll flash middle, bottom, top, middle, top. And that is the door. And of course I had to add that little diggly doop in there. So guys, that's my 3x2x1 door. I really do hope you enjoyed. I will throw a schematic for the door in the description, so that will include this chunk, and I'll throw this guy in here as well, so you guys can come in here and flick all the levers as you please, because, you know, who doesn't love flicking levers? Huh, tricky. Yeah, well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Any questions, comments, and or concerns can be directed to the comments below. I hope you enjoyed, and have a nice day. Bye-bye.